All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the USFFL on a Wednesday night, one night before the actual NFL kickoff. And we are ready for some live action. So let me go ahead and get us started here. A couple things before I do. Bear with me. I need to open up another browser. Let me do a couple things before I get us out to Cincinnati. Here. Bengals. YouTube. It is. All right, so we'll close that and that. Come back here, grab this link here, send that back out. And now people can watch, and we are looking live. Let me double check. Showing the whole screen. I'm not on mute. And pull the game up, and we should be good to go. A couple of plays in here live from Cincinnati. Division action. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up on my cell phone on YouTube to make sure that it's streaming the way it should. You know, it's early. It's week one for me too, so I'm getting used to my hiccups, getting back in the swing of things here. It's week one for me too, so I'm getting used to my hiccups. All right, that's good. Looks like we're live. It's broadcasting fine. So let's enjoy some football, guys. 13:30 to go. We're a couple plays in. The Steelers have a 1st and 5 at the Cincinnati 34. So let's see how we got here. That was pretty quick. 4 plays, 41 yards. So Steelers moving right down the field. There's a deep ball and incomplete to Deontay Johnson. Kenny Pickett, as you can see, not possessing the best of long pass cards. Pickett, I think, is going to be much better as we move forward here in the future. Check and make sure there's nobody that is not. Steelers coached by Peter Shibley, USFFL champion 2 years ago for the Steelers. I believe he beat the Seahawks in that Super Bowl victory. And 2nd and 5, dialing up a long pass again, but here comes the blitz. Joseph Asai, the linebacker off the edge, drops Pickett for 8 yards, and those are a big 8 yards as it's now 3rd and 13, way back at the 42. So that drops the Steelers to the fringe of field goal range. Chris Boswell's range goes all the way out to the 42-yard line. And a decent leg at that. 3rd and 13. Here comes a flat pass to the tight end Freiermuth. A yak opportunity for him, and Freiermuth can't capitalize. Just a 3-yard pickup that's going to make it 4th and 10. From the 39-yard line, here comes a 56-yard field goal attempt. Boswell on a 2-7 and 12 is no good. So the opening drive ends up scoreless. Pittsburgh moves right down the field. But a sack by Joseph Asai stalls the first drive, and a missed field goal attempt by Boswell. Bengals take over. 1st and 10 near midfield at their own 46. First down play. Here's a screen pass to Mixon. He's doubled. Mika Fitzpatrick comes up and stops it for a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5. Good break there for the Bengals, as that did go to Burrow's card on the double team column. Got a +5 on a 10. It was an automatic pick, just one result lower than that. 2nd and 5. Now in Pittsburgh territory at the 49. Burrow back to pass. He's looking over the middle. It's another yak opportunity to Mixon. And this time Mixon's going to convert. It's 13 yards and a first down. There is a penalty on the play. It's going to be holding against Pittsburgh. And that'll be declined. 1st and 10 now. Bengals at the 36-yard line of Pittsburgh. Bengals coached by Jeff Wenlatt, lifelong Bengals fan. Bengals now with 3 wide receivers split out, as expected with the league's best trio, Higgins, Boyd, and Jamar Chase. Defense calls run. It's a short pass, and Higgins has it. 12 yards and a first down. Burrow 3 for 3 now on the opening drive of his season. 1st and 10 now at the 24-yard line. 3 wide receivers split out again. Defense guesses pass, but it's a run. Mixon off tackle. Nobody in the zone. Goes to the defensive guard, and Mixon's got himself a short gain. That'll get it into the red zone and inside the 10, down to the 9. And it'll be 1st and goal there for the Bengals. Joe Mixon's first carry of the year is a good one. Bengals on the doorstep here at home. Three wide receivers split out. Safety's up close with nothing deep to cover, showing blitz. Steelers out of the nickel. Not the best pass blocking line here for the Bengals. They're looking short, but he is sacked right on cue, brought down by Alex Highsmith. Highsmith is the star-rated blitzer, 12-star 10 for Pittsburgh. TJ Watt, second high, is a 9. And Watt is blocked by a 7 blocker, so he would struggle to get through right now. Whereas Alonzo Highsmith, it's pretty much an automatic sack if his name comes up against this Bengals team. 2nd and goal at the 16-yard line now. 3 wide receivers split out. Short pass to Jamar Chase. He's doubled by TJ Watt. It's completed nonetheless. 12 yards inside the 5, down to the 4. Joe Burrow now 4 for 4 on this drive. 2 of them successful completions on his card while double teamed. 3rd and goal here at the 4. Steelers missed a field goal on their opening drive. Bengals with a key 3rd and 4 here. And they'll stay. 3 wide receivers splitting out. Safety's up close. Nickel blitz here, shown by the Steelers. Steelers average to good, rated against the run defensively. Joe Burrow barking out cadence, and it's going to be a pitch out. Pitch out to Joe Mixon. He's going to try to get to the edge here. Goes to the defensive card, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Result of 4. Got the split roll chance at a 15. Didn't need it. 4-yard touchdown run by Joe Mixon. And the Bengals draw first blood here. Evan McPherson on for the extra point. He's got it. And with 9:18 to go here in the first quarter, Bengals lead the Steelers at home 7-0. And here's a kickoff taken at the 3-yard line by Pittsburgh. Steven Sims has got loose, and he's across the 50, all the way down inside the 10 of Cincinnati. An 89-yard kick return by Steven Sims. And just like that, 1st and goal at the 8 for Pittsburgh. Coach Shibley getting the snake eyes kick return against one of his key division opponents. I'm sure he'd take that. Defense gets his run, short pass. Zach Gentry, but it's incomplete. Can he pick it on his card? Couldn't find it. 2nd and goal at the 8. Pickett just 1 for 4. Benny Snell comes in at tailback. 2 tight end formation. It's a 3-4 setup for the Bengals. The safety's up close, showing blitz. Another run call from the defense, and it's a short and nothing doing. Back-to-back plays where Kenny Pickett had short pass wrong. Both plays, double sixes on his card for an incompletion. And that'll make it 3rd and goal at the 8. In other action today, the Texans went up in the first quarter 14-0 on Indianapolis. But Indy picked up a touchdown in the second, the third, and with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, a third touchdown to take a 21-14 lead. Coach John Freeze trying to get that one. 3rd and goal on the 8. Short pass to Freiermuth. He's double-teamed, and that is going to be a touchdown nonetheless. Touchdown Steelers. Kenny Pickett to Pat Freiermuth, who was doubled, but the result on the defensive card was receiver with the crosshair, and that safety blitz resulted in a touchdown pass that's going to tie this game. The extra point's automatic, and Boswell drills it. And with just over 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter, we're all tied up at 7 here. Touchback on the ensuing possession. 1st and 10, Bengals at the 25. So a big kick return for the Steelers. Marches them right into the instant red zone, and they capitalize to tie this game. And on first down, back to pass is Joe Burrow. Looking short at his tight end, but he's going to roll out and scramble for a good 7 yards there. Joe Burrow's got some wheels. 2 through 5 are first down scrambles. Gets 7 on that one, and it's 2nd and 3. Three wide receivers splitting out again here. Defense showing blitz for Pittsburgh. Here's a little dump pass out to the left side. That's the open flat. So a good call there by Coach Wendlandt. Looking to hit the defensive card, but instead it's a snap fumble. Ball's loose. It's on the ground. Let's see who gets it. And that's going to be recovered by the Bengals. Offense recovers their own fumble. And they are advancing that, and a good advance. Short gain. Got the snake eyes. And that snap fumble turned into a 15-yard run. Picked up nicely. The loose ball by lineman Alex Kappa. Bengals 1st and 10 now out at the 46. Back into a 3-wide receiver set. Here's a square in pass. Attacking a 0-rated linebacker over the middle. Result is receiver, and Tyler Boyd's got 5 yards. Second and 5 now in Pittsburgh territory at the 49-yard line. Here's a square in, attacking the nickel again. Jamar Chase, he's doubled by Minkah Fitzpatrick, and that's incomplete. So Joe Burrow is 5 for 6, and on 3 of his 6 attempts, Coach Shibley has called up the correct double team. Burrow completed 2 of them, but he missed this one. And it sets up 3rd and 5. Right near midfield, shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers split out. Steelers out of the nickel. Lonzo Highsmith is the star blitzer on the outside, but he's also responsible for covering Mixon. So we'll see if Coach Shibley sends him. He does not, and it's a quick out pass to Highsmith's zone. So good call by Coach Shibley. 5 yards needed to that left flat to the tight end, Hayden Hurst. It's going to be a yak opportunity, and Hurst is going to come up a little short. He gets 3 yards, and it sets up 4th and 2 for Cincinnati at the Pittsburgh 46-yard line. Tied at 7, 5:42 to go first quarter. So we'll see what Coach Jeff Wendlandt does with his first 4th down option of the season. And he's going to go for it. And he's going to split out 3 wide receivers, which kind of surprises me as it, limits the run windows a little bit. 3-4 defense here, attacking that 3 wide receiver set. So Coach Wendlett's going to choose to keep his linebackers up close. Big play call here. Defense gets his pass. It's an off-tackle run. Joe Mixon, linebacker in zone, and looks like he's stuffed, but there's a penalty, and it is against Cincinnati. Wait, no, I'm sorry. It is against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was flagged for offsides encroachment, so free first down. That was a result of blocking back, so it was going to be a stuffed run, but the penalty on the Steelers converts the first down. Big penalty, 1st and 10 at the 41 now, back to pass. Burrow looking short. Jamar Chase is the target. And he's going to actually roll out and scramble, and Burrow is into the secondary. 23 yards as Burrow gets snake eyes on the must run. The offense is cooking for the Bengals. Now in the red zone of Pittsburgh, 1st and 10 at the 18. Short pass attempt again, and this time he's brought down. Sack on the play. Larry Ogunjobi brings down Joe Burrow for a loss of 4. 2nd and 14, now outside of the red zone. Bengals at the Pittsburgh 22. Three wide receivers split out. Shotgun formation again on 2nd and 14. Steelers out of the nickel. And it's a run right up the middle. Joe Mixon. Mixon goes to the defensive card, and he gets a short gain. And there are boxes, folks. I think we've got some extra yards, and he's loose into the end zone. Joe Mixon. Touchdown. 22-yard touchdown run for Joe Mixon on the defensive card. The extra point is up and good. And with 4:12 to go here in the first quarter, the Bengals have taken up a 14-7 lead. Pittsburgh is average to good against the runs. Pretty good setup, but Mixon got the right number. And the Bengals have the lead. Touchback on the ensuing kickoff, and the Steelers will take over down by a touchdown at their own 25. Back to pass, looking short and incomplete. Deontay Johnson had an opportunity at receiver from the defensive card and missed it. 2nd and 10. Bengals staying in the nickel. Despite a run formation here from the Steelers on 2nd and 10, and it's off tackle. 2 tight end formation. Najee Harris, just a 2-yard gain. And Najee Harris rolled snake eyes. Double sixes there would have been 36 yards. So location, location, location. 3rd and 8 now for the Steelers. They'll split out 3 wide receivers. Jalen Warren's going to be the single setback. And back to pass, looking deep, and it is going to be intercepted. Intercepted. Pickett tried to hit George Pickens and couldn't do it. That picked off. Picked off at about the 42-yard line. A short return. And the Bengals will take over now at their own 44-yard line. Kenny Pickett now 2 for 8. 11 yards. He does have a touchdown, and now that interception. And that was one of the things I looked at when scouting the team. One of the big differences is just Joe Burrow versus Kenny Pickett. And we're seeing that play out so far. Three wide receivers split out. Here's a little flat pass out to the left side. T. Higgins has it, and he's loose. 30 yards. Double sixes on the defensive card, hitting the one flat that the defense opened. Good call there by Coach Winlet. Bengals already 1st and 10 at the 26 of Pittsburgh. Steelers bring up the 3-4 defense here, opting for the linebackers rather than having another secondary player. Short yardage defense, but it's a little look-in pass over the middle. Tyler Boyd, he's got it, and another first down. Now into the red zone, 11-yard pickup. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Steelers defense getting challenged early here. Steelers again out of the 3-4. Little dump pass over the middle again. 3rd straight play for that little look-in pass. This one's going to the tight end, Hayden Hurst. Yak opportunity for Hurst. And he's not going to do anything there. Incomplete. Hayden Hurst, just a D-rated Yak player. 2nd and 10 at the 15 for the Bengals. Closing moments of the first quarter here in Cincy. There's a little screen pass off to the left side. One man in the zone. Mixon's the target, and it's going to be incomplete. Actually rolled the interception split roll on the defensive card. Not much opportunity there. Falls harmlessly to the ground, and 3rd down and 10. Back-to-back incompletions for the first time in the game for Joe Burrow. He's now 8 of 11. Needs this one. 3rd and 10 at Pittsburgh's 15. 3 wide receivers as always. Little dump pass again. Button hook over the middle to Samaje Perine, and that's also incomplete. So it's going to bring down 4th down and a field goal attempt. There is an injury on the play. Pittsburgh, Damonte Kazi injured his arm, and he's going to miss a game. There's the field goal attempt. It's up and good. 2 through 10 is all it was needed for Evan McPherson to drill that 32-yarder. And the Bengals have opened up a 17-7 lead in this game. Excuse me. The aforementioned injury on that play was to Damonte Kazi. He is a 4-rated safety, actually a bench player, so not a significant injury for Pittsburgh going into next week. They take over at the 25 now, and there's a 2-yard run off tackle on the final play of the first quarter. At the end of 1, Bengals 17-7. That 2-yard run by Najee Harris was, again, snake eyes on his off-tackle card with double sixes being the role he really wanted. Luck not working their way off tackle again to Najee Harris. This time he's going to get 6. And that'll set up a much more manageable 3rd down and 2 for Pittsburgh. Both of these teams have premier running backs with per carry average under 4 yards and pretty good defensive run-stopping ability. So it might be tough to pile up run yards in this one. Najee Harris has 3 carries, 10 yards so far. Needs to get things going to ease the pressure off Kenny Pickett. 3rd and 2 here. Blocking back setup. Freiermuth in front of Najee Harris. It's a run. Najee Harris up the middle, and that's going to be 2 yards exactly. That's a 1st down run. Offensive right guard James Daniels could not make the block for Pittsburgh, but he got the 2 yards they needed anyway. 1st and 10 at the 35. They'll stay in that blocking back set. Bengals working out of the 3-4. Here's a flat pass to Pat Fryermuth, and he's got the incompletion there. There is a personal foul, however, and that's going to be against the Bengals. So that'll march the Steelers right out to midfield. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line. Off tackle, Najee Harris. He hits the double sixes finally. And that's a 36-yard run and a big one for Najee into the Cincinnati red zone. Boy, ask and you shall receive. I pointed out twice that he hit snake eyes when he wanted the double sixes. And then he got it. 1st 14 now. Big play for the Steelers, and they really needed it. Benny Snell comes in and spells Najee Harris here. Still in the blocking back formation. Bengals will stay in the 3-4 despite the free safety truly being free here. Another dump pass. This one is going to Pat Fryermuth, and that is going to be a pickup of 11 yards down to the 3-yard line. Pat Fryermuth looking good in the flat on his card, and he's got the Steelers now 1st and goal at the 3. Kenny Pickett is just 3 of 10, 22 yards. But he's on the doorstep of cutting this to a 3-point game. 1st and goal at the 3. The Steelers are going to come out, and Peter Shibley's got a spread formation. Shotgun, 4 receivers. Najee Harris is beside Pickett. Nickel blitz here from the Bengals. And it's going to be a run call, but short pass. Deontay Johnson's got it. Touchdown, but there is a penalty. And sure enough, illegal procedure against the Steelers. Back them up. So Pickett had completed that pass in the end zone, but call it back. 1st and goal at the 8. Benny Snell stays in. Bengals now go out of the nickel down to the 3-4. Still showing blitz with the safety. They guess pass. It's a run off tackle Benny Snell, and he's going to lose a yard. But they're on that one as well, again, on the Steelers offense. Back him up 5 yards yet again. And it's 1st and goal, Pittsburgh at the 13-yard line. Both teams 3 penalties here in the first half. Steelers split out 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs. Snell's the tailback. Safety showing blitz out of the 3-4 for the Bengals. Guess it's a pass one, but it's a run, 6 yards. Benny Snell gets a good chunk back, and it's 2nd and goal at the 8. So now inside the 10. Flat passes off the table. Line gets stacked. Jaylen Warren is the tailback for Pittsburgh here in the 2nd and goal from the 8 nation. 3-4 blitz from the Bengals. I would think they might try to pass it here. We'll see. And that line gets stacked. Both these defenses are really good, but it is a run. Jaylen Warren on his card, and he only gets a yard. Jaylen Warren, fewer carries, but a better average, and so he was trying to sneak that one into the end zone, got a bad roll. Just 1 yard, 3rd and goal now at the 7. Najee Harris is back in the game, still in the blocking back formation. The ever-dangerous Fryermuth is lead man in front of Najee Harris. 3rd and goal at the 7. And the Bengals stay in the 3-4. They're showing the blitz. And here's a pitch out. Najee's going to try to get it around the edge. He is stopped. And another penalty. This one again against Pittsburgh is holding. It's a 10-yard mark off, but I think he'll decline it. It's going to be 4th and goal at what looks to be the 3-yard line. because he gained 4. So you can either take 4th and goal at the 4. I'm sorry, 4th and goal at the 3, and that's what he does. So the Steelers have 4th and goal at the 3, and they indeed elect to try the field goal. Good call, I'm sure. And that kick is up, and woo, just inside the upright. Roll of 11. 12 was no good, but it is through, and it cuts the lead to 17-10. Bengals now up by just 7. And with 10:48 to go here in the second quarter, they will take over possession. 1st and 10 at their own 25. An update from the AFC West. It appears that one of our 2 coaches is having a technical internet issue tonight, and the Raiders-Chargers game is apparently going to be postponed. First down pass play onto the right side, incomplete. Burrow was trying to hit the tight end, Hayden Hurst, and failed to do so. Burrow now just 1 for his last 6 passes. 2nd and 10 now at the 25. Undeterred, he drops back again, looking short. T. Higgins is the target, and he's got 15. But a penalty, and it's holding against the Bengals. That's a big penalty. 2nd and 20 now. Bengals all the way back at their 15-yard line. Just what the doctor ordered if you're the visiting team. 3 wide receivers split out. Back to throw, looking short. T. Higgins is the target again. To the defensive card, and Higgins has got it. 15 yards. Back-to-back play that T. Higgins was targeted short and hit a 15-yard reception on his short pass right column. The first one was overturned by a holding call. The second one gets 15 of it back, and now it's 3rd and 5 at the 30. So a manageable 3rd down opportunity. Big play there by Higgins. Gives the Bengals a chance to extend this drive. 3 wide receiver setup. And here comes a screen to the tailback. Mixon, 1 man in zone. He needs 5. Mixon is a yak, and it's going to be a short gain as Mixon beats the linebacker with a 5 on the white die. 16 yards. And Cincinnati digs themselves out of that hole and converts. It's 1st and 10 now at their own 46. There's an off-tackle run. Joe Mixon. And to the defensive card, and Mixon's going to get 5. 2nd down and 5. Mixon 4 carries for 46 yards in this game. 15 passes, 4 runs. 2nd and 5. And back to pass again. Looking short. Tyler Boyd's got it, and that's 12 yards and a 1st down. Bengals moving quickly now at the Pittsburgh 37. They stay in the 3 wide receiver set. Off tackle to Mixon. And Mixon going nowhere. Going to get us a yard. When you go in that 3 wide receiver setup, the blocking back isn't available, and that's what was hit there and why he only got a yard. 2nd and 9. And another run. Joe Mixon. Jeff Wendlett. Coach Wendlett trying to get it on the ground, but there's a loss of a yard. 3rd and 10. Back-to-back plays. He tried to get it done with Joe Mixon. But in a 3 wide receiver set, the first one asked for a blocking back who's not there because of the 3 wide receiver set. And now this one, because of 3 wide receivers, it converted it to the right column on his card, and he lost a yard. So 3rd and 10 here. Burrow out of the shotguns. Steelers in the nickel. Now under 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Little button hook pass over the middle, attacking a 0 linebacker. And he's got it. 1st down pass, 11 yards. That was converted to wrong. Defense called pass, but it was converted to wrong because Joe Mixon was left wide open. as his cover man was blitzing on the play. Would have been a 4-yard gain and set up 4th down, but that's a first and 10 now at the 26. Back to pass, looking deep, and he's brought down. T.J. Watt. Sack. His first of the season. Burrow was looking deep to Jamar Chase on the play. Brought the blitz, and T.J. Watt got him. 2nd and 16, Pittsburgh 32-yard line. And here's a screen to a double-teamed receiver, Samaje Perine. And that's incomplete. So 3rd and 16. Bengals up by 7. They need 16 yards to convert here. They're at the 32-yard line. From here, it's a 2-7, 11, and 12. We'll see what he does. Stays with his bread and butter. 3 wide receivers split out for the Bengals. And Burrow back to pass, looking over the middle short. It's caught, 13 yards. Not enough for the first down. It's 4th and 3 at the 19. And here comes Evan McPherson for the 36-yard field goal attempt, and it's true. And with just under 5 minutes left before halftime, the Bengals now lead 20-10. Ensuing kickoff, there's a penalty. I'm going to jump over here real quick and see if we can't find a final, and indeed, it is final. The Texans opened up the lead in the first quarter 14-0, but the Colts went on and came back with 28 unanswered points. Coach John Freeze, rookie coach is Rudy Gobin. Colts open up 1-0. Steelers 1st and 10 at their 34. A bunch of receivers are double teamed, but it's a run. Pitch out to Najee Harris, and Najee's got his number. Short gain, 17 yards. Najee Harris tried to get out of bounds and couldn't. Brought down just across midfield at the 49-yard line of Cincinnati. 1st and 10. Now under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Steelers really want to get at least a field goal here to make sure and cut it to just one score before second half. Najee Harris running with some effectiveness today. 7 carries, 69 yards. Three wide receivers in for the Steelers. It's another run. Off tackle to Najee Harris. And that's going to be 4 yards. Went to the defensive card, got a 6. Now 2nd down and 6 at the Cincinnati 45-yard line. Pittsburgh down by 10. Both teams all 3 timeouts. 3 minutes, 18 seconds remain in the second quarter. Najee Harris is out. Jalen Warren substitutes in as the tailback. Kenny Pickett under center. Staring at a 3-4, pitches it out. Jalen Warren going to try to get to the corner, and he can't do it. Brought down after just 3 yards. Worse yet, penalty on the offense. It's holding. And that's going to back him up. 2nd down and 16 now. Pittsburgh at their own 45. Jalen Warren stays in the game at tailback. There's 3 wide receivers on the field. Freiermuth as well. And here's a run up the middle. Jalen Warren going to try to get some yardage there, and he does. Into the secondary, and he is up near the marker, and he's got enough. 2nd and 16, Jalen Warren pops off a 16-yard run. And he's having himself a good first half, 348 yards. Pittsburgh now 1st and 10 at the Cincinnati 39-yard line. Najee Harris comes back into the game. Blocking back setup. Bengals stay in the 3-4. And Coach Shibley's dialing deep, going deep to Deontay Johnson. Pickett on his card. He's going to get a must run, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. 3-yard loss. The ball is loose. It is out. And looks like it's recovered by Pittsburgh, so that's a big break for them. And then they pick the fumble up, and they also roll the snake eyes, and we've got a fumble return of 16 yards, and that's going to be good enough for a first down. Crazy things happening here in Cincinnati. And we have reached the 2-minute warning, and on that crazy play, the Steelers are now 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line of Cincinnati. Jalen Warren back in at tailback. 3 wide receivers back to pass. Pickett forced out of the pocket to run, and a good one. Pickett's got himself a 9-yard scramble. He does not get out of bounds. 2nd and 1 at the 17-yard line. We'll see if he wants to let the clock run here. He's posted up the hurry up. 1:37 to go. They're at the 17-yard line of Cincinnati. 2nd and 1. 3 wide receivers, and now on 2nd and 1. Bengals dropping back into the nickel. Eli Apple comes off the bench as another member of the secondary. Pittsburgh runs Jalen Warren around the edge. He's got a first down, 6 yards, fails to get out of bounds. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 11. And once again, running up to the line of scrimmage for the hurry up. Kenny Pickett. 1:15 to go. All 3 timeouts for our coaches here. Steelers down by 10 points, but they are knocking on the door. Defense calls run. Here's a flare pass to the tight end. Pat Freiermuth should be able to take this one, and not quite. Going to be a 6-yard gain. I thought he was going to get it. He went out of bounds, so that'll stop the clock. 2nd and 4 at the 5. Freiermuth got on the wrong column of Pickett, a +6, add the yak, and I thought he might be able to finish that off and get to the end zone, but he did not do it. Nevertheless, that's the 4th completion by Kenny Pickett, 4 of 11 for 28 yards in this game, all 28 yards. Pat Freiermuth. The wideouts have not caught a pass in this game for Pittsburgh. Nevertheless, they're on the doorstep of cutting it to a 3-point game. 2nd and 4. Defense gets his run. Short pass. Incomplete. Kenny Pickett went to the defensive card and found a hole with 4 men in zone. 1 minute to go here before halftime. Pittsburgh, 3rd and 4 at the Cincinnati 5. They can get a first down. They have not been running, or I should say they've not been passing well at all. But boy, this stacked line, it is a 0-rated nose tackle in here, so you might consider that. Benny Snell's the tailback in a blocking back formation. 3-4 blitz from the Bengals. Off tackle, Benny Snell to his card. It's just a yard. Benny Snell gets +1 on a 5 roll. There are double-digit runs aplenty all around that, but he doesn't get it. 4th and 3 at the 4-yard line. And the Steelers are going to have to settle for a field goal. Boswell comes on and drills it. And with 22 seconds left here in the first half, 20-13, Bengals on top. On the ensuing kickoff, there is a penalty against Pittsburgh. We'll see if he makes them re-kick. And he will. Kicking off now from the 30. And it's 3 yards deep. We'll see if he has the inclination to take it out. I wouldn't guess so with 15 seconds remaining. And he downs it. So we are about to reach halftime here. Bengals 1st and 10 at the 25. 15 seconds left in the second quarter. They do split out 3 wide receivers. So don't go get your drinks and popcorn yet. Steelers operate out of the nickel. And good call by the offense. Coach Wendlet with a button hook to Samaje Perine. That's the linebacker was vacated. +5 with a yak opportunity and nothing doing. There is a personal foul, however. Mark off 15 yards. That'll put Cincinnati out at the 44-yard line and stops the clock with 8 seconds left. So I think they're going to be aggressive now for sure. 3 wide receivers. How much do they need? The field goal range is at the 42. So 6 and 8, 14 yards to get on that. And really 12 yards could get you to, field goal variable range. So a short pass completion, and he's got a chance here. The usual suspects are split out. Boyd, Higgins, and Chase. Back to pass. Looking deep, however, to Tyler Boyd. And incomplete. There's a penalty. Who's it on? And it's on the offense. So for a second, we thought we might get a pass interference and a free field goal attempt, but holding on the offense. 1st and 20 now at the 34 of their own territory. Just 1 second remaining. Nevertheless, 3 wide receivers come out. Peter Shibley shifts the Steelers defense now into the dime. Arthur Male coming in to be the extra safety. Mixing the tailback. Here's a little hitch over the middle to T. Higgins again. This time it was sniffed out. Minka Fitzpatrick sitting in that zone waiting on it. There's a penalty, however, that wipes off that play, as it was a dead ball foul. Backs the Bengals up 5 more yards. Now at their own 29. Still just 1 second left here in the first half. Now splitting out 4 wide receivers out of the shotgun. I guess when you got the weapons, you shouldn't let just 1 second on the clock intimidate you. And he's not. Deep ball here to Tyler Boyd. And it's going to be a must-run, 7 yards. Burrow slides to avoid the tackle, I'm guessing there, as time expires. Halftime here in Cincinnati. Jeff Wendlet and his Bengals hold a touchdown lead over Peter Shibley and his Pittsburgh Steelers. Bengals outgaining Pittsburgh 228 to 159. Peter asking for a short break. I hope you don't mind. I'm thinking about, you know what? No, I was going to go check the score of the other game. We'll wait and we'll catch it at the end. I don't want to go ahead and leave. What if I couldn't get connected? I can't stand it. I'm going to check it, guys. So let's do it. We'll come back to this game. They don't need to panic. So let's go ahead and let's find my other game number. And take a peek. See if we can't get a score. I believe that game started 30 minutes ago. And we're talking, of course, about NFC action now. The New Orleans Saints traveling to the Atlanta Falcons. This game pits Dan Surr coaching his New Orleans Saints against another one of our new coaches, Chris Kaufman, who took over the Atlanta Falcons this year. Give that a second to come up here. And early second quarter action. The New Orleans Saints are on top of Atlanta 14-10. Let's take a look. Well, I didn't want the play log. That's not what we're looking for. Box score. Field goal by Koo. Andy Dalton, a 1-yard sneak from quarterback. There's a big one. Marcus Mariota, a 79-yard touchdown pass to Hodge. And then Dalton answers with a 13-yarder to Kamara. Yardage is about even. So these two seem to be having a interesting game. Just 2 for 4. Only 4 passes so far. I played this Falcon team in the preseason, some of my preseason action, and I can tell you that I would run the shit out of that squad. I really like those running backs. So I hope Chris Kaufman has some fun playing his new team. We will come back to this game at the conclusion of the Bengals game with the Steelers. Let's go ahead and go back and get to that game, shall we? Still broadcasting just fine. Let's find the game number again. Switch it back. Returning to Cincinnati, where we've just broadcast the first half of a division matchup. Steelers keeping it close, but the Bengals on top, 20-13 at half. Come on. I wonder if it's not pulling up the game because they haven't kicked off yet. That may be all it is. We'll see in a second here. Bear with me. Coaches wish each other good luck. And we have the second half kick. $17-yard kick return by Chris Evans and the Bengals. Leading by 7 will take over 1st and 10 at their own 22. Have that up just in case anybody decides to join. Bengals come out with the second half. Same formation they used pretty much most of the first half. 3 wide receivers and Burrow back to pass again. This time he's brought down. Sacked on the play. Terrell Edmonds with a 10-yard drop. And it is 2nd and 20. And we mentioned early in this game that the line for the Bengals is not the best. That's the 4th sack of Kenny Pickett. And on 2nd and 20, here's a little dump out to the side. And he's brought down immediately by linebacker Alex Highsmith. A loss of 3 yards again. So an inauspicious beginning here in the second half for the Bengals. Now 3rd and 23 at their 9. Steelers and Shibley are going to go into the dime. Even back at their 9 with these 3 big guns. They might go long, but it's going to be short pass to Tyler Boyd. It's good. 12 yards, but not enough. 6 catches and 50 yards on the day for Tyler Boyd. 4th and 11. And from their 21, Kevin Huber comes out, and he boots a 44-yarder taken at the 35-yard line. Fielded there by Steven Sims, and no gain. 5-yard penalty on the Steelers during that punt. So the Bengals could elect to repunt it if they want to. It was a 44-yard net. I guess I would, I think. We'll see what he chooses. And indeed, he'll accept the penalty, and the Bengals will repunt from their 26. Kevin Huber, a better roll this time, 50-yard punt. And that's going to be inside the 25, fielded at the 24. Steven Sims, a return of 2, and Pittsburgh takes over at the 26. So the Steelers defense gets the Bengals off the field quickly on the opening drive of the third quarter, and now they have an opportunity to try and drive for the tying score. Pickett's having trouble throwing in this game. Here's an off-tackle run, Najee Harris, and that's going to be nothing doing. Nose tackle makes the play. DJ Reader and his 6 rating stuffed that from the defensive card, 2nd and 10. Still in the blocking back formation. And unless I'm mistaken, the Pittsburgh Steelers still do not have a reception by anybody other than Freiermuth. And that's true. Here's a flat pass, incomplete. Najee Harris was trying to get one and couldn't do it as it went to the defensive card. 3rd down and 10. In some ways, it's amazing that the Steelers are in this. Kenny Pickett's 4 of 13 for 28 yards, all 28 to the tight end. Deontay Johnson and Pickens are silent. They did get that big 89-yard kick return. They're lucky to be where they're at, but sometimes that can be the key. You get those breaks, and then you capitalize. Steelers need a big play here. It's 3rd and 10 at their own 26. No running backs on the field. Shotgun formation. 4 wide receivers split out, and Freiermuth is in the backfield beside the quarterback. And it's a flat pass to Freiermuth to an open zone, and he's short. He got 9. He needed 10. And 4th and 1, Pittsburgh at their own 35. I got to think you're not taking that chance in your own territory, but they are. I don't know what to tell you, folks. I don't possess guts. That reception, by the way, went to Freiermuth, his 5th. Still the only Steeler to catch a pass. 4th and 1. Steelers down 7. They're at their own 35. Blocking back formation. Jalen Warren, the lower carded running back, is in. That's interesting. We'll see what we've got here. Might be a pass. I don't know. 3-4 defense. Still has that 6-rated nose tackle that's got to concern you when you're going for 4th and 1 at your own 35. I'm not judging Peter for making the call. I'm saying I don't have those guts. Here's a flat pass right back to the tight end, Freiermuth. No good. Kenny Pickett on his card found an empty spot. And the Cincinnati Bengals, with a huge, huge turnover on downs, are taking over inside of Pittsburgh territory. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. The trio of Higgins, Boyd, and Chase march back out into formation. Here's a square out to the left side. T. Higgins is the target, and that's good for 10. 1st and 10 now at the 25-yard line. Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins have combined for 117 yards. Jamar Chase just 12, maybe being used more as a decoy here. Here's a flat pass, though, to Jamar Chase. This time the safety was double-teaming Boyd. Jamar Chase gets just 3 yards. Injury on the play. Out for 2 more games. Pittsburgh's Trey Norwood. That's their 2nd injury to a defensive player. Let me make sure real quick. Yes, we are still showing full screen. 2nd and 7 at the 22. Nickel defense shown here. And here's a run on 2nd and 7, and nothing doing, -1. Joe Mixon hits the 5 on his card, and it's 3rd and 8. That injury to Trey Norwood is also a defensive back. The Steelers have 4 backup defensive backs that rate as a 4 in the secondary. 2 of them have gotten hurt in this game. Big 3rd down here, 3rd and 8. Cincinnati at the Pittsburgh 23-yard line. Steelers are in the nickel here. Whoops. What do we have? Short pass to Hayden Hurst is incomplete. He was double teamed on the play by Minkah Fitzpatrick, and it looks like that was the difference between a touchdown, as it would have been a long gain otherwise. Jeff acknowledges the good call. Wow. Minkah Fitzpatrick saves a touchdown by double teaming at the right time. Good call by Coach Peter Shibley. And here comes a field goal attempt. That's good from Evan McPherson, a 40-yarder. Makes it a 10-point game again, 23-13. Bengals on top, just over 8 minutes here in the third quarter. Kickoff is brought out to the 24. Steelers will take over there. So bookmark that good call of Minkah Fitzpatrick, double teaming of all people, Hayden Hurst, saving the touchdown and keeping it to a 10-point game. First down play for the Steelers. Here's a hitch over the middle. Deontay Johnson's got it, and he's got 12 yards on his card on receiver right in the flat zone. That's a big play, considering it was on right. There was a man there, and also a big play because it's the first catch all day by anybody other than Pat Freiermuth. 1st and 10 now. Steelers at their own 36-yard line. Wow, 7 minutes in the third quarter before anybody but Freiermuth made a catch. Right back to Freiermuth here on 1st and 10 in the flat to his card, and Freiermuth has got 7 yards. Six catches, 44 yards, so not a big per yard day for Freiermuth. 2nd and 3 now. Steelers at their own 43. Najee Harris is your tailback. And here's an off-tackle run. Najee to his card, 6 yards and a first down. Up at the 49-yard line now. 10 carries, 79 yards in the game for Najee Harris. Steelers still trail by 10 here in the third quarter, but they're marching. Here's a pitch out. Najee Harris, and he's going to lose a yard. Brought down by Logan Wilson as Najee Harris again hits the 5 on his card. Bad break with the dice. 2nd and 11 now. And that's going to put the Bengals back into a nickel defense. They'll bring in the extra defensive back, despite the Steelers still being in a normal run set. Here's another pitch out to Najee Harris. This time it goes to the defensive card and just 3 yards. So that'll cross midfield to the Cincinnati 49. But not the kind of second down run they were looking for. Steelers now with a difficult 3rd and 8. And that's going to put Kenny Pickett back into the shotgun formation. Freiermuth is right there beside him. All running backs off the field. Spread formation. Bengals are going to operate out of the nickel defense here. Wonder if he might go to the flat. He was already bold earlier. He does. Went to Freiermuth again in the flat. And incomplete is Freiermuth, who does have some real opportunities there. Found an empty spot on his card. And it's 4th and 8. Pittsburgh at the Cincinnati 49. They're going to have to punt. And that punt looks like it's heading to the end zone, and it is. So that should end up as a touchback. And it does. There's a penalty, and it's a 5-yard penalty on Cincinnati on the punt. They were offside, so that changes the calculus, guys. Reset here. It's 4th and 3 now for Pittsburgh at the Cincinnati 44-yard line. From this spot, boy, you're 2 yards away from a variable field goal attempt. Boswell's got leg, and that's another reason to go for this, and that's exactly what Peter Shibley's going to do. So the penalty on the punt has reset the calculus for the Steelers, and they're going to go for it here. A big call here, 4th and 3 at the Cincinnati 44. Blocking back set with Freiermuth as that front load. Jaylen Warren is now inserted as your tailback. Pickens and Deontay Johnson split out. It's a pitch out. Jaylen Warren going to try to get to the edge, and he does just enough. A 5-yard pickup. And a first down for the Steelers at the 39-yard line. Extends the drive. Steelers missed a big fourth down conversion earlier in their territory. Got a big one there. Now at the 39-yard line. 4.5 minutes left to go in this one here in the third quarter. Off-tackle run, Najee Harris, and he's going to lose 3 yards. So that was an all-out blitz by the Cincinnati defense, which ended up stacking the line of scrimmage with extra linebackers. And Cincinnati is a team that you can get some runs on their defensive card if there's no linebackers there. But as soon as they start to get some traffic near the middle, they're going to shut it down, and that's what they did. 2nd and 13. They'll drop into the nickel now. Here's a hitch over the middle to Deontay Johnson, and that's going to be 7 yards. Nice pickup. 6 on the white die, converted it to 0 men, but bad roll that followed. Put it to the receiver card. Deontay Johnson makes the most of it, and it sets up a 3rd and 6 here. Steelers are already in makeable field goal range, but they'd like to get this first down conversion and keep this drive going. 3 wide receivers are splitting out. Decreases the likelihood they might call run. You never know. Jaylen Warren is the tailback. Pickett's under center, not in the shotgun, and the Bengals are going to operate out of the nickel. Here's a square out back to Deontay Johnson. He's got 4. Not enough. Brought down to the 31. It's going to set up another 4th down call. Let's see where those stones are for Peter Shibley again. He's going to go for it. It's 4th and 2 at the 31. This would have been a 2 to 7 and 12. I don't think I can blame you. 4th and 2 at the 31. For the second time on this drive, Peter Shibley is going to try to convert a 4th down and move the chains. Jaylen Warren is out. Najee Harris comes back in as your tailback. He's behind Freiermuth in the backfield. Pickett under center. Bengals out of the 3-4. High leverage play here late third quarter. Waiting for the play call here. Coach Peter Shibley is going to run it right up the middle to Najee Harris. Defense called pass, and that's a short gain. Najee Harris has a first down and more as he breaks into the secondary all the way down to the 12-yard line of Cincinnati. Najee Harris with a huge run as his big game continues. 14 carries, 97 yards. Steelers now 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. Bengals still leading 10 points, 23 to 13. Colts beat the Texans in earlier action. Kenny Pickett back to pass on 1st down, and he's going to be flushed out. Looking into the flats, he's got Freiermuth, and Freiermuth has got the catch again. And he is going to be down at the 4-yard line. A pickup of 8. Pickett now 10 of 21. 7 of those completions to Freiermuth. 2nd and 2. Steelers at the 4. And that's a big play. And on 2nd and 2 at the 4, the Steelers are going to go heavy. The beef is out there. 3 running backs, 2 tight ends. As you'd expect, Bengals front in a 3-4. Let me read these defensive numbers across. Other than the ends, 5-5, 6-6-5. Bengals have some guys that can stuff it up the middle. But, of course, if you could get the addition to the run blocking and get it on the offensive blocking result instead. 2nd and 2 at the 4. Interesting play call. Defense calls pass. Pitch out to Najee Harris, and he's got a first down. There is a penalty, and it was against Cincinnati. Cincinnati was flagged for offsides. Pittsburgh accepted the penalty, and that makes it 1st and goal at the 2. Pittsburgh stays full house here. Defense calls run, short pass, and incomplete. So Peter Shibley on 1st and goal at the 2 tried to coach Wendlandt, and he did cross him up, but Pickett couldn't make the throw. That would have gotten Pickett back to 50%, now 10 of 22. 2nd and goal at the 2. Steelers out of the full house again. Blitz out of the 3-4 by the Bengals. Short pass, Deontay Johnson, and that's incomplete. Defense called pass, so Coach Wendlandt made the right call there. Nonetheless, it went to the defensive card with just 3 men, and Pickett managed to find a hole. Bengals with a pretty good defensive card out there. 3rd and goal at the 2. Big play, and I'm wondering how many plays are we into this drive? 15. This is the 16th play of this drive. 3rd and goal at the 2. Defense gets his run. Short pass. Incomplete. Pickens again. Couldn't find it. Finds, empties void on his card. 4th and goal at the 2. Will Shibley go for the 4th down on the 3rd time on this drive? He will do it. High drama here in Cincinnati. The 18th play of this drive is the 3rd 4th down conversion attempt. Shibley Steelers hit the first 2. Defense gets his run. Short pass to Pickens. Incomplete. There is a penalty. It is holding against the offense, however. Cincinnati, I'm sure, will decline it. They do. And that's where we end in the 3rd quarter. First 2, he got it, but the last 4th down conversion fails, and the Steelers ended up coming up empty at the Cincinnati 2-yard line at the end of the 3rd quarter. The Bengals are on top still by 10 points, 23-13. Wow. Pickett just struggling. He had his opportunities there. Even when the defense called pass, the blitz wasn't getting through. 1st and 10 now at the 2-yard line. Got to be careful here. You get a safety, cuts it to 8. It's now a 1-score game. Blocking back. Formation, Mixon in the eye. Higgins and Chase are the wideouts. And it's going to be a QB sneak. Defense gets pass. Oh, and that's going to be, let's see how Pickett can go. And Pickett goes, we got big news here. Pickett went for, I'm sorry, not Pickett. Burrow just ran for 15 yards and a 1st down. But there's an injury to Cam Hayward. That is a 6-rated tackle. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to go on mute because I have to cough. All right, we are back. And incompletion on that last play I saw. And the Bengals now 3rd and 10 at their 17. They're going to split out 4 wide receivers here. Trent Irwin is in. And it's a button hook again, attacking that 0-rated linebacker in the middle. That gets exposed on a nickel setup. Here's going to be a yak opportunity, and Samaje Perine gets it. Samaje Perine, the 3rd down back, is an A-rated yak player. And he converts for a gain of 20 on the play. Burrow gave him a +3 start and 17 additional added by the A-rated Yak. Huge play to get him off the shadow of their end zone. It's 1st and 10 now at the 37-yard line. Back to pass, looking short, and it's going to be actually flushed out of the pocket. Here comes a dump off. Mixon out of the backfield, and he's got it. 13 more right out to midfield. So the Bengals move quickly off the 2-yard line where this drive started. All the way to midfield. 12:36 to go in this one. Defense guesses run, and it is. Off tackle to Mixon. He gets 5. Pretty good result. Who are we kidding? A damn good result. Start on right. 2nd down and 5 now at the Pittsburgh 45. Let's start looking at field goal range again. Evan McPherson's range goes all the way out to the 42. So he's on the fringe now. Here's an off-tackle run right back to Samaje Perine. And he's got a first down again as Perine gets 15 down to the Pittsburgh 30. Samaje Perine, a couple of key plays for the Bengals on this drive as they're trying to put this game away. They're up 10. 1st and 10 at the 30. Off tackle again. Perine once more. Just 3 yards. Perine barely missing a couple short gains on that defensive card. 2nd and 7 Bengals at the 27. With 10:48 to go, desperate here for Coach Shibley and the Steelers to hold them to a field goal attempt at best. Here's a short pass. T. Higgins has got it. 12 yards into the red zone. 1st and 10 now at the 15-yard line. 17-play drive for the Steelers ended up with nothing. This is now 9 plays, 83 yards on this drive for the Bengals. Off-tackle run, Joe Mixon. The defense called pass. No one in zone. Opportunity here for the Bengals. To the defensive card, and Mixon's going to go again. It's going to be a 15-yard touchdown run. There are no flags. And with just over 10 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter, the fans are on their feet as the Bengals have opened up a 3-score lead. The extra point by Evan McPherson is good, and it is 30-13 Cincinnati. I think that's 2 of those long touchdown runs by Mixon, right? Wow, Joe Mixon, 3 touchdown runs in this game. 4 yards, 22, and 15. 9 carries, 65 yards, but 3 touchdowns. Joe Burrow getting the work done, and Joe Mixon hitting pay dirt. 1st and 10 Steelers at their 25. Off-tackle run just to pick up a 2 and an injury. That's Eli Apple for the Bengals. As Coach Wendlandt and his team suffer their first injury, he'll be available next week. Just a extra player. Coming back to that Cam Hayward injury, it's game. He'll be available next week. Exceptional use for Peter Shibley. Here's a flat pass to a double team. Deontay Johnson, nothing doing. Incomplete. Good call there by Coach Wendlandt. And for the Steelers, it's 3rd and 8. Mitch Trubisky is in the game, folks. And for all I know, he was the play before it, and I just missed it. But that ends the day for Kenny Pickett. Bengals in the dime. Here's a square in over the middle to Gunnar, and incomplete. Gunnar Olszewski couldn't beat the 4-rated linebacker, and it's 4th and 8 for Pittsburgh. They're trailing by 17, 9 minutes to go, and they'll go ahead and punt it away. This is starting to look like a Cincinnati victory. Presley Harvin punt fielded by the Bengals at their own 26. Trent Taylor gets just 3 yards. And the Bengals will take over at their 29-yard line. Two tight end formation. I wondered if we might see the end of the 3 wide receiver set with a 17-point lead here. Short yardage is the call by Pittsburgh, and indeed, it's an off tackle to Mixon. He's going to lose a couple. One linebacker in zone, and as I previously stated, you get a linebacker in the zone with either of these defenses, they're going to stuff that run. 2nd and 12 now. Now we're back to the 3 wide receiver set. Mixon's your tailback. Steelers out of the nickel. And here's a short pass. Burrow's looking for Tyler Boyd. And Burrow's got him on his card right at the first down marker. Move the chains. 1st and 10. Cincinnati at their 39. Burrow now 22 of 31 for 241. Workman-like performance. Defense calls pass for Pittsburgh. Run right up the middle. Samaje Perine going to get 3. 2nd down. Mitchell Wilcox, comes back in. 2 tight end formation. Steelers out of the 3-4. We've got a good double team. Quick out to Hayden Hurst. 6 yards. It's complete. Almost for a first down. So Minka Fitzpatrick made the exact right call. Double teamed him, but Hayden Hurst completed it. Burrow's made a habit of that in this game. And you got to give Coach Shibley credit for some really good double teams. 3rd and 1 here. The big men are out. Full house formation. Cincinnati at their own 48. Under 7 minutes to go now. Short yardage defense, but it's a screen pass and incomplete. As it did go to the defensive card. And the safety moved to the zone. 2 men there, incomplete. 4th and 4. Bengals are going to punt. Punting from their own 45-yard line. Not bad, not a good punt at all. Shanked it on a coffin corner attempt. Just a 23-yard punt. That's the bad news. The good news is the Bengals, nonetheless, are up 30-13, despite the punt. So they're up by 17, only 6 minutes left. Mitch Trubisky is already replaced. The starting quarterback, Kenny Pickett. And Trubisky's back to pass, throwing to Pat Freiermuth, but forced out of the pocket as he was not open, and it's going to be a completion of 15 yards. Nice dump off to Steven Sims with a result of receiver, got double sixes in a big play. Trubisky with his first completion, and the Steelers are out to the 47-yard line. Bengals remain in the dime. We mentioned Pickett's day is done. Kenny Pickett was 10 of 25, 70 yards, 40% completions, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Here's a run right up the middle, and a gain of 6 yards to Najee Harris. That makes it 2nd and 4 at the 47 now. Into Cincinnati territory. Najee Harris now goes over the century mark in the opener. 16 carries, 105. Trubisky out of the shotgun here. And he's going to do a little dump pass out to the side to Deontay Johnson. It's no good. Deontay Johnson couldn't hit it on his right column. It's 3rd and 4. Stay tuned at the end of this game as we will invite both our coaches to join us if they would like. Talk a little bit about their game. Third down run up the middle, Najee Harris, and that's good. 6 yards is going to get a first down conversion. 1st and 10 at the 41 for Pittsburgh. Time is their enemy, though, as they trail by 17, and there's under 4 minutes remaining. In addition to speaking to these two coaches, potentially, if they're interested, there's never any pressure, we will cut quickly to action in the NFC and try to catch the end of that Saints-Falcons game. In fact, let's go ahead and start that process now. There's a run to Najee Harris again. He's hot. 13 more yards on 10. 1st and 10 at the 28. Coach Wendell night for Najee Harris, and he's right. Here's a deep Kenny by Mitchell Trubisky, and it's incomplete. .242 to go in this one. I think I'd like to see the end of this drive real quick before I prematurely cut out of Cincinnati. I don't want to have my own legend of Heidi. I know some of you, many, even most of you big football fans know what I might be talking about, the Heidi game. Back to throw again, short pass, but no, forced to run as Trubisky gets nowhere as there's a dead ball foul, 5-yard penalty, 2nd and 15. Bengals have outgained the Steelers 353 to 277 in this game. Here's a short pass to Pat Freiermuth and incomplete. Freiermuth had an opportunity on his card right and couldn't capitalize. Trubisky now just 1 for 7, and it's 3rd and 15. And really, that's kind of the Steelers' problem tonight, is that Kenny Pickett and Mitch Trubisky are not the kind of quarterbacks that are going to have a lot of success on right. Pittsburgh, 198 yards rushing in this game, but just 90 yards passing. Here's a hitch to Deontay Johnson, and he gets a big play. 23 yards on 3rd and 15, and the Steelers now 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. And Coach Shibley will burn his first timeout. Does so on the plus side of the 2-minute warning, as it is as we are at 2:06 showing on the clock. 1st and goal at the 10, blocking back formation. Najee Harris is your tailback. And here's a pitch out to Najee Harris. And he's got a 4-yard gain, 2nd and goal at the 6. And we've reached the 2-minute warning here in Cincinnati. The Bengals shutting out the Steelers in the second half. Now lead 30-13. Second and goal at the 6. Najee Harris still the tailback. And here's a pitch out again. There is a linebacker in the zone. And they did go to the defensive card, but there's going to be a penalty. And again, back the Steelers up 5 yards. 2nd and goal now at the 11. Kind of a sloppy game. Feels like we've had our share of penalties. 17 in total. evenly dispersed between these two teams. Second and goal. Here's a pitch out, and Najee Harris gets just 3 yards. He does not get out of bounds. So we'll see if Coach Shibley wants to burn another timeout. He does not. Goes to the hurry up. Keeps his timeouts at 2. Third and goal at the 8. Third and goal at the 8. We're still waiting on the play call. He's going to try to run again. Najee Harris continues to pound the rock, but just 3 more yards. And it's fourth and goal at the 5. Once again, they run right up to the line of scrimmage in the hurry up. Last gasp here for the Steelers. Fourth and goal at the 5, 1:15 remaining. Just going to see the end of this drive, and then we'll cut to our other game. And indeed, they're going to come up short. And that'll turn the ball over to the Bengals. I'm letting the coaches know that we are out of here. I assume our final score in Cincinnati is going to be 30-13. Bengals with the victory. So let's get out here and get our latest game number. Looks like there's been multiple from that game. Anthony's typing. I'm tempted to check just to see if he's about to say he's still having a problem. We'll see. Coming down here. New Orleans, Atlanta, watch game. Launch. Here's my game number. He's just announcing the reschedule. I'm connecting. So congratulations to Coach Jeff Winlett on his win. Checking StreamYard. Looks like we're all still set there. Nobody's waiting there. Waiting on teams. When was the last game number? 807. Might have to message the coaches here. All right, we sent a message to Dan. We'll see if maybe we can get more information on that because it doesn't seem to be connecting me. Let's close out of it, see what we can find. There's Dan. There we go. We are going to, as promised, jump in and catch the end of this game, hopefully. I've noticed that most of our games have had some tech issues. I think it just has a hard time, sometimes staying connected. I think that my game that had connection issues, it was me. I just noticed that I just lost connectivity to the internet a couple times. So, all right, watch game, launch. Let's see what's going on here. And we are coming in. This is the New Orleans Saints, coached by Dan Sir. And he is taking on the Atlanta Falcons. And the Falcons are coached by one of our rookie coaches. Chris Kaufman took him over this year. So we should be joining this game. I think it's probably in the fourth quarter. And they've had some connection issues. We got some football left, folks. We're still in the second quarter here. Interesting. Okay, so let's start getting set up here on a couple things. We still have that. I'm not going to pull up the sack thing that I want to, just in case there's a tech thing. Okay, let's double check. StreamYard. Nobody's trying to join. I'm not on mute, and we are seeing full screen, and we're live, so we still should be good. Let's pick this up. So they haven't gotten much further than when I saw them earlier. They must be having some pretty bad tech issues. 2nd and 11. Falcons are at their own 26. And there's an incomplete pass by Mariota. Mariota was 2 of 4 when I looked in on him last. He's 2 of 6. So he hasn't completed a pass yet since then. So the Saints are up 14-10. The big play was a long touchdown pass to K. Hodge. Mariota, 79 yards. Saints are up 14-10. Let's see. So Mariota out of the pistol, 4 wide receivers. Cordero Patterson out of the backfield. And I'm going to get up here in a second and turn on my light so I can see the cards for these two teams as well. Here's another deep ball to Cordero Hodge. He's trying Mariota to do it again. Let's see what he gets. He gets sacked. The Saints get through. Mariota manages to hold on to the ball, but sacked on the play by Pete Warner. And on 4th and 20, the Falcons are going to punt. Let's let the broadcast world know that we are broadcasting. Okay. We should be good. So, 5 minutes plus left in the second quarter. Saints up by 4. Here's a pitch out to Kamara going nowhere, and he fumbles. Fumble on the play. And so an opportunity here for the Falcons, but the offense recovers the ball. We'll see if they try to return it. They do, and they lose a yard. Nevertheless, the recovery is the important piece as the Saints retain possession. 2nd and 11 at their 37. There's another run. Kamara off tackle and going nowhere. 3rd and 11. Saints come out with 3 wide receivers. Andy Dalton in the shotgun. Dime defense here from the Falcons. They will show blitz. They're going to pass short to Alvin Kamara out of the backfield on 3rd and 11. And flushed out of the pocket is Andy Dalton looking for a secondary receiver. He's got one, but it's just 5 yards. Not enough. 4th and 6. The Saints will punt it back to Atlanta from their 42. That's a big punt. I think that gets down inside the 5. We'll see. He probably lets that bounce from the 3. No, he's going to return it and fair catch it. So I probably would have let that bounce, but he gave it a shot. I'd have to look. He might have a great punt returner too. Nevertheless, First and 10, Falcons take over at their own 3. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half here. Falcons only down by 4 in a 14-10 game. Here's a run right up the middle, gain of 2. And an injury on the play to Chris Lindstrom. Folks, that's a name I know. I believe that's a very good run blocker. He will be available next week. Chris Lindstrom is indeed a right guard. Run block 6, pass block 7. He is out for this game. Huge injury. But like I say, the good news is he will be back next. And we have a safety. While I was checking that, Mariota was sacked by Caden Ellis. Loss of 5 yards and 2 points on the board. And the Saints have extended their lead to 16-10. And the Falcons now punting from their own 20. And return of 11 yards. The Saints take over now at their own 37. So a good turn of events for the visiting Saints. Defense gets his pass, but it's a run off tackle, and Kamara's got 5 yards. 2nd and 5. New Orleans at their own 42. And that'll get us to the 2-minute warning here in the Atlanta. Falcons trailing at home 16-10. Saints with the ball and driving. 2nd and 5 at their own 42. Here's a screen out to the left side. Kamara is the target again. 1 man in zone. And 4-yard loss for Kamara. Huge play from the Falcons defense. As Kamara out of bounds. Clock stops with 1:52 to go here in the first half. 3rd and 9 now for the Saints. Back to pass, Andy Dalton looking short. Jarvis Landry is his target. But flushed out of the pocket is Dalton, and he gets a secondary opportunity. It's a 6-yard completion, not quite enough. So 4th and 3, Saints at their own 44. So they're probably going to want to punt. Are they going to let the time roll? Yes, both teams let the time roll. Now 1:22 remaining in the first half. Saints punt from their 44. Teams don't seem to be moving the ball too well here. There's a coffin corner punt goes out at the 19. And with 1:15 remaining, the Falcons will take over there. New Orleans, 212 yards so far in the first half. Falcons, just 123. Turnover-free football so far. Cordero Patterson with a run for 6 yards. 2nd and 4. They're going to call a timeout or let it run? Chris Kaufman calls timeout. Stops the clock with 1:07 remaining. There's a deep pass to Damiere Byrd, incomplete. Looks like Atlanta had a holding penalty, and 2nd and 14 back at their 15. Need to be careful here. Nickel defense here from the Saints. Deep ball to Drake London. Boy, Mariota, not the best deep ball quarterback. He's flush nonetheless. And that's 8 yards. That'll set up a more manageable 3rd and 6. My question is, do you let the clock run? I think I would. I'd be nervous about punting it back, and he does. So we're down to 30 seconds left now. 3rd and 6. Full house formation into the dime. Looks like we're destined to get to halftime. Here's a pitch out to Cordero Patterson. Into a pass defense. Timeout. It's 4th and 2. And they're going to have to punt. So let me just see something here real quick. I said right here, broadcast. All right, that's what he's looking for. And I need to go to where? Scheduled games in case I need to. And then let's go back to StreamYard. Sorry, everybody. I had a feeling as I was looking at the situation, though, we should be just getting to halftime here. Here's a screen to Kamara. 6 yards. Out of bounds, just 8 seconds left. That was a big safety in the game. Andy Dalton, 20 of 24. That's a good first half. Here's a short pass to Chris Olave. That's good for 11. He's out of bounds, but just 1 second left. New Orleans still at their 43. Atlanta is very poor against the pass, poor against the run. It's a tough defense to play. Here's a deep ball and incomplete. There is a penalty. And it is offsides against Atlanta, so he can try again if he wants. Saints defensively are average to poor against the run, average to good against the pass. Another deep ball, incomplete. And the final gun ticks away here in the first half. Your score here at halftime in Georgia. Falcons losing at home to the Saints, 16-10. Coaches congratulating each other on a good first half. Coaches talking about their play calling methods here. Big difference in quarterbacking. Andy Dalton, 21 of 26 for 186. Marcus Mariota, just 3 of 7. You get that 77-yard touchdown pass and has done very little other than that. 2 catches, 12 yards. Here's the second half kick. And that's going to be returned by Avery Williams out to the 28. And the Falcons will set up shop there. Wonder if maybe we have tech. Nope, there's the play call. And here's a little quick out to the tight end, Kyle Pitts. And Pitts is good for 7 on that play, 2nd and 3. Need to check something in that channel again. Not the scheduled games, but the broadcast. Yeah, to watch. That's the one he's looking for. Sorry, I'll get some messages from Anthony. He's looking for the link to the game. So, all right, back to StreamYard. Let's see where we're at. 2nd and 3. Here's a run by Tyler Algier. Defense called pass, and Algier is going to pick up nothing. Went to the defensive card, and the run blocking was not sufficient. Guard Matt Hennessy could not make the block, and it's still 3rd and 3. Tyler Algier, one of several really good running backs on this team. Mariota still operating out of the pistol. Mariota, you can see, has some run ability on his card, both must run and around the edge. Here's a sideline pass to Zacharias, and it's a 3-yard loss. And so just like that, 4th down. And the Falcons will punt from their own 32. And that's going to be taken at the 21-yard line there by Rashid Shaheed. And a nice return, 11 yards out across the 30 to the 32, and the Saints will start their drive there. Andy Dalton, as I said, with an amazing first half. 21 of 26. There's a little dump pass to Juwan Johnson, tight end, and it's no good. Just as soon as I tell you he's had a good first half, he misses his first pass in the second half. 2nd and 10, Saints at their 32. The running cards for the Saints are not near as strong as they are for New Orleans. I'm sorry, for Atlanta. Kamara, I think, averages 3.9, something like that. And as soon as I said that, a 7-yard run for Kamara sets up a 3rd and 3. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I thought that his average was low. Nope, 4.0. He did get to 4.0. My bad. And on 3rd and 3, Dalton back to pass. He's looking for Chris Olave, and he's got him, 11 yards. Olave with his 5th catch in this game. And Dalton has the Saints out to midfield, 1st and 10. Here's a run to Kamara. Defense called run, and that's going to stuff him at no gain. There is a penalty, however, and it's going to be a 5-yard false start penalty. Backs the Saints up, 1st and 15. Dalton back to pass, throws right into the nickel. Chris Olave is his target again. But he's forced out of the pocket. He's going to do a little dump to Alvin Kamara, and that's good for 9. Gets the penalty yardage back and more, 2nd and 6. Here's another dump pass. This one to Jawan Johnson, and incomplete. Actually rolled the interception split for Dalton. On the right column, 2 through 4. Just missed it. 3rd and 6 now for the Saints. They're just into Atlanta territory. Field goal range for Will Lutz goes all the way out to the 43. Back to pass, looking short, and it's going to be a dump. This one goes to Jarvis Landry, and he's got it. 8 yards and a first down. Dalton moves the chains again. Saints have an 18-5 first down advantage in this game. Falcons had a 79-yard touchdown pass and only 145 yards total in the game. Here's a first down screen pass to Kamara, and he's brought down immediately. 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. Kamara with his 8th catch. Good call by the defense here. It was a run call. Kamara going off tackle to the right side. And it goes to the defensive card, and it's a short gain. Just 10 yards as Kamara got double sixes on the yardage roll, but another first down now at the 25-yard line of Atlanta. Everything okay there? I was making a weird, okay, guess not. Mark Ingram now the tailback. Defense showing blitz for the Falcons out of the 3-4. There's an off-tackle run, Mark Ingram. And he's got a good roll for a 13-yard, but nice containment. Cuts it to a modest 4-yard gain. So 2nd and 6, and another off tackle, and another 4-yard gain. Back-to-back plays there where Mark Ingram had 19 yards cut short to just 8 because of low usage, running back containment. So it's 3rd and 2. Dalton back to pass, going to the flat, incomplete, as he chose the one flat that was doubled up by Coach Kaufman. Nice call by the rookie coach. And that gets them to a 4th down. 4th and 2. Saints setting up for a field goal from the 17. Will Lutz. And he drills it. And with 7:12 to go here in the 3rd quarter, the Saints have opened up a 9-point lead, 19-10. Touchback on the ensuing kickoff. Falcons take over at their 25. Falcons are a team that would want to run the ball. Saints are listed as average to poor against the run, so there should be some opportunity there. Here's a pitch out to Cordero Patterson, and that's good for 6. 2nd and 4 at the 31. Falcons have been running 14-9 is the ratio. Just haven't had as much success as they need. Back to pass and looking short, and the receivers double team. Mariota trying to stick it in there to Olamide Zacharias, but it was broken up. Great call by Coach Dan Sir to double the right receiver on a team that doesn't throw very much, at least not in comparison to some teams. 3rd and 4 now. Falcons desperately need to convert. They're at their own 31. Falcons just 1 of 6 on third downs. Here's an off-tackle run. Defense gets pass. Goes to the defensive card and just 2 yards as the end could not make the block. 4th and 2. Falcons at their own 33. They trail by 9. 6 minutes left. And Coach Kaufman takes the conservative path, brings on Bradney Pinion for the punt. And there's a nice punt, 46 yards, taken at the 21 by Rashid Shaheed. And once again, an 11-yard return takes him out across the 30 to the 32. 5:42 to go here. Saints take over up by 9. Defense guesses run, and it's a deep pass to Chris Olave. And they were showing blitz. The safety was up, and he hit the crosshairs. Olave brings it down, 36 yards. Across midfield to the 32. Dalton's big day continues as he goes over 250. And on first down, he's throwing again. Screen goes over to Kamara, and it's going to be a 5-yard pickup. Catch number 9 for Kamara, 2nd and 5 at the Atlanta 27. Dalton back to pass. He's looking short. Defense called pass. And he's flushed, so he's going to get a different target here. Looking in the flat to Adam Troutman, and he's got it. That's converted, 13 yards. First down and more, down to the 14 of Atlanta. New Orleans offense just humming. Back to pass again, looking short. Chris Olave is the target. And Dalton's got him for the touchdown. 14 yards to Chris Olave for the second time on the drive. The safety was up in the blitz formation, and Chris Olave hits the crosshairs again. A 14-yard touchdown pass. The Falcons go up by 15. Will Lutz brought on for the extra point. It's good. There is a flag down. And it's against Atlanta. Saints will take that penalty on the kickoff and boom that one through the end zone. So it's touchback. 3:54 remaining here in the third quarter. Saints have opened up a 16-point lead on the road against Atlanta, 26-10. And Andy Dalton, before the fourth quarter, has 29 completions to just 6 different receivers. 16 catches combined from Kamara and Olave. Now trailing by 16, the Falcons. First play is a pitch out to Avery Williams and a 5-yard gain on that one. Falcons 2nd and 5 at the 30. Still third quarter. I think you got to be patient and run the ball. Two tight end formation. And here's a quick out to Parker Hess. And Mariota's got it for 6. That's a first down. Holding on the play. That's on the defense, though. So it's Atlanta's call to make. They decline the penalty, take the 6 yards, and it's 1st and 10 Falcons at their own 36-yard line. Just their 6th first down in this game as Mariota goes over 100 yards passing. Avery Williams back in as the tailback. And brought down as Mariota immediately as Demario Davis got pressure up the middle right away. It was supposed to be a flat pass, but he didn't even have time to get it off. Loss of 4. 2nd and 14 Falcons at their own 32. They're behind the chains already. Back to pass and looking deep is Mariota. The defense was ready for it. Goes to the defensive card and incomplete. Mariota hits the interception split roll. Misses the 2-4, and it's 3rd and 14. The Saints have run 54 plays. The Falcons just 31. And almost a 10-minute advantage in time of possession here late third quarter. Falcons desperately need this. Deep ball on 3rd and 14 is to Drake London, and he is double teamed. So this doesn't look promising and incomplete. Great call by the defensive coordinator again. Coach Dan Sir. Coming through on 3rd down. It's 4th and 14. And the Falcons will punt it away yet again. Coach is in agreement that it's difficult with Mariota. I would agree with that, particularly when you're behind. They're 16 down now. That's 3 scores unless you're going to get a couple of 2-point conversions, and it's just a team better suited to run on you. Booming punt by the Falcons, 55-yarder, gets inside the 15. Fielded at the 13 by Rashid Shaheed, and fair caught there. So Saints take over at their own 13. 1st and 10. Benjamin will be the tailback here. Dalton under center. Here's a run right up the middle to Benjamin. Benjamin carded for 77 carries on the season. And Benjamin hits a short gain on the defensive card. 2nd time that's happened since we joined the game. And that's a good one. 18 yards out across the 30 to the 31. First and 10 there. Ingram now the tailback. Little flat pass out to the side to Adam Troutman. And that's going to be a loss of a yard. 2nd down and 11. Back to pass is Dalton again. He is looking deep to Olave and incomplete. At the 8 on the defensive card, nothing there. Olave already over the century mark, 7 for $114 and a touchdown. 3rd and 11, Saints back to pass, short. Kamara's got it, 10 yards. That comes up a yard short of the 1st down. 4th and 1, New Orleans at their own 40, and they will go for it. And they'll come out in 3 wide receivers. Running it up the middle is Kamara. And on the defensive card, he gets 3. That's enough for a 1st down. Move the chains. We're into the 4th quarter now. Saints driving up near midfield. They're up by 16. Defense gets his run. It's a flat pass out to the side. Adam Troutman, and he's going to lose 4 yards. 2nd down and 14. Short pass to Rashid Shaheed. But alternatively, Dalton flushed out of the pocket, looks to the tight end, and Jawan Johnson's got it. Big gainer on 2nd and 14 for 16 yards as Andy Dalton, with his 33rd completion, goes over 300 yards passing in this game. Saints are across the 50, now at the Atlanta 45. Screen pass is incomplete. On the defensive card, Mark Ingram was the target. And on 2nd and 10, there's a run to Kamara. He's got 6 yards as the nose tackle is beaten by the white die. And that makes it a 3rd and 4 at the Atlanta 39-yard line. 3 wide receivers, nickel defense. Run draw to Kamara. Defense calls run, but it goes to the defensive card and gives Kamara the 4 yards he needs. The defensive cards for the Atlanta Falcons are merciless. I know because I played them. 1st and 10 now at the 35-yard line of the Saints. Once again, right up the middle. Mark Ingram's got a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7. This drive began at their own 13-yard line. Now the 12th play of the drive. Off tackle run. Mark Ingram. And Ingram's got 7 yards exactly. Moved the change yet again. Got that on the defensive card on a 6. That's the fumble plus 7. So trailing by 16 in the 4th quarter. Saints are starting to pound it into the line. Off tackle again, Mark Ingram. Just a pickup of 1. Not the best result on his card. Now under 10 minutes to go in this game. Second and 9, Ingram in at tailback. And once again, it's going to be to Ingram off tackle to the right side. Nobody there, and a 7-yard gain. That'll set up 3rd and 2 at the Atlanta 17-yard line. Saints on the verge of putting this one away. Atlanta desperately needing a turnover. 3 wide receivers split out. Nickel here. Defense calls run, but it's a flat pass. Jarvis Landry, just 3 yards, but it's good enough for a 1st down. 1st and 10 now at the 14-yard line of Atlanta. That was the 6th 1st down on this drive. Here's a run up the middle to Mark Ingram. Defense calls run, and that's the difference. No gain. 2nd and 10 now. Here's a little flat pass out to the side to Rashid Shaheed. Defense calls run. And we've got a yak opportunity, but it's not capitalized on. Just 3 yards. Rashid Shaheed unable to convert on that with his C-rated yak. Sets up a 3rd and 7 at the 11-yard line. To pass, looking short. Jarvis Landry is the target. But he's flush, so he's going to dump it out to Kamara. And it's going to be a gain of 6, and it's 4th and 1. Now under 7 minutes to go in this game. And the Saints will go ahead and take the chippy field goal. That'll get it to a 19-point game as Will Lutz puts it through. $29-10 now. Saints on top, touchback. Falcons take over, trailing by 19. Definitely some struggles here for the Falcons, who have been outgained 435 to 160. You know, when you're a run-focused team and it starts to go off the rails, it can get away quickly. It was 16-10 at the half, but the Saints scored in the 3rd quarter. That put the pressure on Mariota, and next thing you know, Falcons are getting blanked here in the 2nd half. Mariota back to throw, and that's incomplete. 4th man in the zone. Here's a screen on 2nd and 10. Cordero Patterson's the target. And that's going to be incomplete. Interception, split roll opportunity on the defensive card. So nothing working here. Mariota has completed 6 passes all day. It's 3rd and 10. Mariota back to pass, looking deep, and that's incomplete on the defensive card. So 4th and 10 now. And I think at this point with the Falcons punting, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down, and we'll call it for the day. I'm going to let the coaches know here. All right, so just letting him know that I'm going to go ahead and sign off the broadcast. 4:48 remaining in this one. It's a 19-point lead for New Orleans, and they have the ball on the verge of the red zone. So it's all over but the final score here. The Falcons are going to win. I'm sorry, the Saints are going to win their opener as Dan Surr is going to go to 1-0 with a victory against the Atlanta Falcons. Rookie coach Chris Kaufman will take the loss on this one. 0-1. Earlier tonight, we did have the Bengals with a big win over the Steelers. And we also had another game scheduled, but that one was canceled. That was the Raiders and Chargers. It has been rescheduled. And, of course, we will also remember that we had the Colts won tonight in a game against the Houston Texans as John Freeze, coach of the Colts, overcame a quick 14-point deficit and came back to win his game. So that's it for tonight. And we will again be back for more coverage of the USFFL tomorrow as the pursuit of the Harlan McLean Trophy continues yet again.